there are so many structures involved in this study. That is, the cardiovascular system consists of heart, arteries, veins, and capillaries. So all these structures, they are involved in the cardiovascular system. Okay. So what do you mean by capillaries? Arteries, veins. So arteries, veins, so they are the bigger structures, whereas the capillaries means these are the small blood vessels. Okay. Now, what I told, the pericardium. So, this pericardium, so this is the pericardium, what I am drawing. So, that is the pericardium which is covering the heart. So, all these, what is this? So, this is aorta, pulmonary artery, or pulmonary trunk, you can call. Or this is superior vena cava, and here below there will be a inferior vena cava. All these structures, they are covered by pericardium. Okay. Next. So what is about the heart? So now we will study about the heart. So you might have all know what is the heart, so where it is present. Okay. Some of the basic things again will repeat. So what is heart? Heart is the muscular organ. It is the muscular organ. So what is the size? So the size of the heart is the closed fist. So when you close your fist, so it is the almost that much size. Okay. So where it is located? The area where the heart is present. See this diagram. So this area is called the mediastinum of the heart. That is the mediastinum of the heart. So where this mediastinum? So where this area is present? So this area, it is present behind the sternum and in between second to sixth rib. See here. So this is the first rib from here. Second, third. This is the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth rib. So this area, this is the area. So where the heart is present. And then, so what is the apex? So apex, it is the lower point of the heart, so where you can hear the heart sounds. So this apex is made up of this this part is the apex of the heart, and it also extend between fifth to eighth thoracic vertebra. Okay, so that is the area where the mediastinum is present. Okay, so T5, that's what I told. T means the thoracic. See, always remember. So from now onwards, the T means the thoracic vertebra. C, so whenever you get the number T5 or C5, okay. So these are these resemblance for the vertebral column. So how the vertebral column is divided? So it is divided into thoracic, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral, like that. So T stands for thoracic vertebra. Okay, the apex of the heart. So where the apex of the heart? So it is located in fifth intercostal space. So what do you mean by intercostal space? It is the, what is the space, intercostal space? It is the space between two ribs. It is the space between two ribs. Okay, intercostal space 3.5 inches from midline. See here, this is the midline. So from here to here it is 3.5 inches from midline to here, this point. So this is the line from here to here. The distance is 3.5 inches, and then it is made up of, it is formed by what? So this area, this is formed by left ventricle. Okay, this is clear here. One minute. Okay, next. So what is the base of the heart? So base of the heart, this part is the base of the heart. Here, what I'm showing you, this area. So this is the base of the heart. It is formed by two atria and mainly by the left atrium. So it is formed by two atrias. Okay, the major, it is a major part of it, base of the heart is formed by left atrium. And where it lies? Where it lies? It lies in front of four thoracic vertebra. So that's why someone are asking that time. So what do you mean by T? So see here, the fourth thoracic vertebra, what are these? T5, T6, T7 and T8. So in front of this, so this is the area that is the base of the heart. The base of the heart is related by what structures? So it is separated from the one is the vertebral column, and next one, that is by oblique, pericardial, sinus, esophagus and aorta. Okay. So next, what are the borders of the heart? What are the borders you have? See here in this diagram, this line, this is the upper border or superior border of the heart, and this is the inferior border. This is the upper border. Superior means the inferior border, so that is the lower border. Next, this is the right border and the left border. Okay, the upper border, always remember, upper border you have the vessels, so that is, it is formed by mainly by the left atrium, and it is covered by what? Hidden means covered. So it is covered by pulmonary this is pulmonary trunk, this one is the pulmonary trunk, and this is the ascending aorta. So these are there in the upper part or superior border. The lower border, this one, the lower border is formed by two ventricles. So always remember, heart is made up of, the lower part of the heart is made up of ventricle and upper part by atrias. Okay, that will come in the next slides. Okay, the lower border is mainly formed by two ventricles. Out of this, the inferior border is formed by right ventricle. Okay, the right border is formed by atrium. This is the right border. It is formed by mainly by right atrium, and it has two openings. So these are the openings: superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Okay. So SVC means superior vena cava. Okay. Superior vena cava, same like inferior vena cava. So that is for IVC. Okay, this is clear here. SVC means superior vena cava and IVC means inferior vena cava. So these are the openings present in the right border of the heart. Okay, the left border formed mainly by left ventricle and partially by right auricle. See here, so that's why I told left ventricle. So this part makes the major part of the left border of the heart. So this is clear here. What are the borders and its description? Okay, next. So this is how the heart is present and where it is located. So this part is the apex of the heart. Okay, next. Next is the how the heart is made up of. So heart is made up of what? You all know the heart is made up of the muscles. So it is the muscular organ. So what are the layers present in this heart? The heart contains the layers that is called epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. Epicardium, it is the outer layer of the heart. So where that is outer epicardium, the serous pericardium. So that layer is the serous pericardium. Okay. Next one is the myocardium. This myocardium, so what it contains? It consists of contractile layers of composed of cardiac muscles. So this layer is made up of the cardiac muscles. So how these? So these muscles makes the bulk of the heart. Okay, and next the endocardium. The endocardium, it is the innermost layer of the heart, the interior of the cardiac wall. Interior means it is the innermost layer of the heart. The pericardium, the outer layer, myocardium, the middle layer, and the endocardium is the innermost layer. In the myocardium, you will find the cardiac muscle cells or cardiac muscle fibers. Okay. Next. So what are the chambers present in the heart? So how many chambers in the heart? In the human heart? Yes, four chambers. So what they are? So there are two atria and two ventricles. So always remember the atrias are present in the upper part. The upper part of the heart is made up of atria and the lower part is made up of ventricles. So atria, what they will do? The atria, there are two atria, the right, that is right atrium and the left atrium. So what they are? They are the receiving chambers of the heart. They receives the blood. They receives the blood from where? So that is by superior vena cava and by the inferior vena cava and by the pulmonary veins. So all these structures, they receive the blood from other parts of the body and go to the heart. Okay. Next, what is ventricles? So what are ventricles? So ventricles, they are here in the lower part. Okay. How many ventricles? Two inferior chambers. Inferior means in the lower part. So what they will do? They will do the pumping actions. Once they start pumping, once they pumps, the blood goes above and supplies to the other parts of the body. Okay. The muscle wall is increase forces of pumping action. So what it is? So that's why the lower part is made up of the muscular. Okay. So all these layers, the ventricles, they are separated by interventricular septum, and the atrium, they are separated by intra-atrial septum. Intra means in between. Intra-atrial septum means in between the atrium. Interventricular septum means in between the ventricles. Okay, this one. So this is the interventricular septum. Okay, intra-atrial septum. So it is very, very thin. Between the atria, it is very thin. Okay, next. And this is the circulation of the heart. So how the blood circulates there. Next, what is there in the right atrium? So what is right atrium? So it is made up of, it forms the right border of the heart. So it is what it is. Always remember right atrium or left atrium. So they are the receiving chambers. They receives the blood. So from where they receive? The right atrium receives from superior vena cava, from the upper half of the body, and from the inferior vena cava, the lower half of the body. Remember, so what I told, the superior vena cava is here, and here you have the chamber, and this is inferior vena cava. The blood comes from upper part of the body. The blood comes into superior vena cava, and from the lower part, the blood which is present in the lower part of the body, it goes inside the heart by inferior vena cava. Okay. Yes. The left atrium forms the base of the heart. So it forms the base of the heart. Again, it receives the what opening? The left atrium have the opening of pulmonary veins. Okay. It has the pulmonary veins, two from the each lung. So where these pulmonary veins, they carry, goes to the lungs, and they carry oxygenated blood to the heart. Again I repeat, so these two are separated by intra-atrial septum. Okay. Next, right ventricles. Right ventricle, it forms the anterior surface of the heart. The pulmonary artery carries, so here, so it receives the oxygenated blood, whereas the left ventricle, it is the thick chamber of the heart. So here the left ventricle is the thick chamber of the heart. The aorta comes out from the left ventricle. So the big vessel, so what is that big vessel? The aorta is coming out from the left ventricle. Okay, this is clear here. Okay. So this is the structure what we are showing. So where the this is the right atrium and right ventricle, and here you see this thick chamber interventricular septum. Okay, this one is the aorta. This is aorta, and here this one is the pulmonary trunk. Okay, and again, so this is the circulation of the blood, how the blood is from here it comes in the upper part, the lower part, then goes to the atrium and then ventricle. Okay, next goes to the valves. So what are these valves? So valves means these are the valves, see here. So what I am showing you, the semilunar valves, atrioventricular valves. Atrioventricular valve means the valves present in the between atrium and ventricle. Okay, so these are, so what are these valves? The valves permit blood flow in one direction during circulation. So what they are, these valves, they helps the blood to flow in one direction. So once the blood is going this direction means only in this direction. It will not come in the reverse. Okay. So these valves helps to flow the blood in one direction during circulation. Okay. So how many valves are present? What are the names of those valves? They are atrioventricular valves. So or they are also called AV valves, the valves between atria and ventricles. They also called cuspid valves. So where they are between atria and ventricle, just now I told. So how many types are there? They are right and left, right side and the left side. The right atrioventricular, they are called tricuspid. So tricuspid means, so they have three flaps. Okay, and bicuspid, the left one is called bicuspid valves. So these valves connected to, how they are connected? They are connected by papillary muscles. So these valves, they are connected by papillary muscles via chorda tendini. And the semilunar valves between right ventricle, pulmonary artery and left ventricle and the aorta. So these are the areas, so where you will find semilunar valves. What is the blood supply of the heart? Heart is mainly the blood supply of the heart. It is called by coronary arteries. So there are the name of the artery which supplies the blood. It is called coronary artery. So how many coronary arteries? The right and left. From where it comes? So these two arteries, they are coming from or arises or coming from ascending aorta. So what it is? The blood supply, the name of the artery which supplies the heart is called coronary artery. So how many coronary arteries? Right and left. So from where this coronary artery comes? This coronary artery comes from ascending aorta. Okay. So most of the blood goes to the left ventricle. So what happens here? The most of the blood which comes from all other parts of the body, it goes to the left ventricle. And 50% of the population, the right coronary arteries are dominant. So in the heart, the right coronary artery is more dominant than the left coronary arteries. The blood supply of the heart. So how the blood goes? So once it comes from the capillaries of the heart, blood empties into the right atrium, mainly from coronary sinus. So what I told, capillaries. So what are these capillaries? See here, all these small vessels, they are called the capillaries. So from here, blood goes into the capillaries and then goes to the major blood vessels. Okay, just remember, this is goes into the capillaries and then to the heart. Okay, anastomosis of coronary arteries. So what is anastomosis? Anastomosis means it is just like a network. Okay, like this. Just I will show you what is anastomosis. So here it is this is the one blood vessel, this is the another blood vessel. So these two blood vessels join in small blood vessels. So it is a arterial or venous network. Okay. Yes. So what is anastomosis? Anastomosis connects between blood vessels that allow collateral circulation. So what is collateral circulation? Collateral circulation means it will go in both the direction or any direction. Okay, you understood? Collateral circulation means blood goes like this, like this, like this, like this, any direction. Okay, yes. So what happens? Some blood vessels, they goes into the between large branches of coronary arteries. So sometimes what happens? So some of the branches, they goes into the larger branch. In presence of an obstruction of large artery, ischemia will result to a large area of tissue. So what happens? Where it is important? What is this ischemia of wall? So what you will get? So what is the main problem in the heart? So that is myocardial infarction, or in the common term you say heart attack. Okay, what happens there? So here this is one blood vessels, so there will be a blockage. Okay, so if this artery blocks, so there is another artery, so blood will goes from this direction. Okay, that is why they will see, what you will see, they will find the blocks in the heart. You remember? Yes. So this is, you understood anastomosis. What is the meaning of anastomosis and the ischemia? Shall we go next? Okay. Once again, I repeat. Anastomosis means it is the network of the blood vessels. It is the network. Okay. And it is the connection between blood vessels. Okay. Network or connection between blood vessels that allows collateral circulation. Okay. So just remember, it is the connection between blood vessels which helps in collateral circulation. So what is collateral circulation? Collateral circulation means the blood goes in any direction, like this, like this, like this. Okay, this part is clear. Anastomosis. Okay, so if you understood, this much is enough for you. Anastomosis is the important point. So this rest of the other points, they are the explanation how it goes. You understood, if you understood this much is enough. Okay, further I will tell you in the next. Okay, next is the conducting system of the heart. So what is conducting system? Conducting system, heart contains the modified cardiac muscles which are responsible for imitation of cardiac impulse. So what is cardiac impulse? The heart is beating, the heart beats, so that is called the cardiac impulse. Okay. Okay, so what what are the parts of the conducting system? In the conducting system we have the nodes, that is called SA node and AV node. SA means sinoatrial node. So this sinoatrial node is also called pacemaker of the heart. Some of you heard this word. So in the heart, what they will install? They will install the pacemakers. So these are the pacemakers of the heart. Okay. So where they are present? Where this SA node is present? So this SA node is present in the wall of the right atrium. In the walls of the right atrium, just below the opening of superior vena cava. So once again, I repeat, the conducting system is contains, composed or contain modified cardiac muscles. Okay, and this is the function. So what is the function? So the function is cardiac impulse. Okay. Next, sinoatrial node, SA node. It is also called pacemaker of the heart. Okay. Next, so where this SA node is present? It is present in the walls of the right atrium. Where, where exactly? Where in the walls of the right atrium? Just below the opening of superior vena cava. Okay, it's clear. Next, atrioventricular node or AV node. So this AV node, it is smaller than SA node, and what it does, it is a mass of cardiac muscle tissue. So what it is made up of? It is made up of cardiac muscles, whereas the SA node, it is made up of cells of the cardiac muscles. It is made up of cells. So whereas the AV node, it is made up of cardiac muscles. So where it is present? It is present in the or located in the lower part of the atrial septum. It is present in the lower part of the atrial septum with left border of with the left border of right atrium. So this is clear here, conducting system. Okay. Next, the further part. So what we discussed here, there we discussed about this is the SA node and here is the AV node. Okay. So these two parts are clear here. Now, so once the SA node that much is about the SA node. So it is the larger one made up of cells, and it is also called pacemaker of the heart, and where it is located. So where it is located? It is located in the right atrium just below the opening of superior vena cava. See here, this part. So this is superior vena cava, just below superior vena cava. What we found? The SA node. Okay, and we also know the AV node. So where it is located? It is located in the atrial septum. This is the atrial septum. Now what happens? After this SA node, it is called, it comes, the fibers coming from SA node, they are called bundles. Atrioventricular bundles. So these atrioventricular bundles, what happens? They divides into two. So that is right and left bundle branches. Okay. This right and left bundle branches, again they divide. They are called Purkinje fibers. So what it is? Atrioventricular bundle. Also, it is also called bundle of His. It is also called bundle of His. This bundle of His specialized. They are the specialized cardiac muscles originating from AV node. Okay. This bundle of His divides into right and left bundles. Okay. Right bundle goes into the right side, left bundle goes to left side. The left bundle branch descends in the ventricular septum, and these bundles, they give smaller branches. They are called Purkinje fibers. So this is clear here. Next, what are these Purkinje fibers? So these Purkinje fibers, they are the terminal branches. Terminal branches means the last branches. They are the last branches from right and left bundle branches. Okay. Extend into the walls of the ventricles and papillary muscles. The muscles which are present inside the heart. I will show you this in the further pictures are there. I will show you all these structures. So this is the questions how they comes in this. Next we'll go to the types of blood vessels. So what are the types of blood vessels? So just now before I told blood vessels, they are called arteries, veins, capillaries, like that. Okay. Arteries, what are these arteries? Arteries, they are called, they are thick and they have no valves in the inside. So they carry oxygenated blood. Okay, they carry oxygenated blood away from the heart. So whereas the veins, they have a thin wall, they carry deoxygenated blood. So this is the basic thing you all know about this. Arterioles. So what are these arterioles? They are the smaller arteries. And then still smaller artery, they are called capillaries. Same, the same names are same. In the veins, venules. Okay. The functions as receivers. Blood pools in the walls, then is pushed forward from the pumping pressure. So what happens? So when the blood pushes, it goes into one direction. Okay. So that is the main functions of the valves which are present in the blood vessels. Okay. This is clear. Next, the circulation, the circulation of the blood inside the heart is called the circulatory system. So this circulatory system, it is of two types. So one is systemic circulation and another one is the pulmonary circulation. The systemic circulation, blood flow from left ventricle to the body and back to the right ventricle. Okay. Blood coming from left ventricle of the body and go back to the right atrium. So that means it is from left side to right side. Okay. The pulmonary circulation, blood flow from right ventricle to the left atrium. It is from right side to left side. So this is clear here about the pulmonary circulation. See here. So this is the what I'm showing you in this picture. So here I will show you the difference of arteries, arterioles and capillaries. See here. So what I'm showing, this is aorta, and here you see all these are the arteries. The big thick structure what you are calling arteries. These arteries, they give branches. So these are the branches. Branches also somewhat less thicker than the main artery. And then see here, this part what I am showing you, this is called anastomosis. So this is called, where you will find the anastomosis? Always anastomosis finds at the joints. Anastomosis you will find where the joints are present in our body. Okay. All these are anastomosis. What happens here? Okay. This is clear here. You got, now you understood what is anastomosis. So it is the artery, it is a connection between the arteries. So here also arteries are there. Here also arteries are there. This is clear here. Okay. So now what happens? Next, this is about this diagram. It is showing the atherosclerosis. That is the infection of the blood vessels. Athero means the arteries. Infection of the arteries. See here, the yellow thing. What you are seeing? This is the collection of the fat inside the blood vessels, which later causes myocardial infarction or heart attack. So angioplasty, you might have heard this word angioplasty. What they will do? They will remove all this fat, and then this is the plastic bag. So they will push this plastic bag inside the blood vessels like this, and this helps in free flow of the blood. Next, myocardial infarction. So that is, it is also called, in the common term, it is also called heart attack. So what happens here? Coronary thrombosis. Thrombosis means the clot. Okay, now you got the word, the clot of the blood. Okay, coronary embolism, mobilized embolism. So there may be some clot, it is going anywhere in the blood vessel, it is moving in the blood vessel, mobilized clot. And then there will be a occlusion of coronary artery. Occlusion means the block, the occlusion of coronary arteries, and also the heart will receive decreased oxygen. And what happens if the decrease in the oxygen, the cell will die. So there will be a cell death. And then what they will do, they will go, that condition is called angina pectoris. So what is this angina pectoris? There may be a severe chest pain resulting from inadequate oxygen to the myocardium. So it means, so there will be a severe chest pain because of decreased oxygen to the muscles of the heart, myocardium. See here, remember layers of the heart: epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. So what is this angina? So angina occurs due to what? Due to decreased oxygen to the myocardium, which causes the severe chest pain. Okay. So this is the treatment what they will do. Sometimes bypass surgery they will do. Okay. So these are the other conditions. So varicose veins. So there is, yes, in some patients the veins of the lower limb, so they will be dilating. What is varicose vein? Varicose vein means dilated lower limb veins, dilatation of the lower limb veins. So this is called varicose vein. So this is clear here. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. The practical session will start at what time will start? How much time you need a break?